All the way up and down that line.
Nets I understand. I've never painted lines.
Welcome back, people, to another SLP TV production. This week we have cup action. We are against Hatcham in the Paul Picard Cup. Hatcham sitting pretty in top spot in the Senior Division. You can see we're having to deal with some nonsense this morning. There was no lines painting on the pitch, or the rain, should I say, washed them away. So we've had to deal with all that. No warm-up, straight into it. We've got a bare 11, well 12 if you count myself, the gaffer. Ideally, I do not have to come onto the pitch. We've been hit with a lot of injuries that just came at the wrong time, and we also had a bug go through the group as well. Other teams probably would postpone this match, but we don't like to do that. We like to get games on regardless of the situation. So we're going with a sort of a diamond in midfield shape. We only have one natural winger, so it's a kind of a situation where it's square pegs, round holes. What's the point in doing that? Let's go with what we have, make the best of what we have, and see what happens in the game.
This is our home pitch. This is our home pitch. This is like your home. You accept visitors in, but you don't let them take the piss. Would you let someone come round, go, I'm just going upstairs to sort your missus out? Wouldn't fucking happen, would it? You wouldn't fucking allow it. You stop that at the fucking front door. That's what we fucking do today. You do not pass, you come no further. If they want to get on it and play, cool. But they're going to be fucking aggressive tackles from us today. Clean, aggressive tackles. 50-50s, we're winning them. Headers in the air, everyone's getting up and challenging them. You're encouraging your teammate. If he's a bit tired, fucking let him know that he's better than that, he can go again. Today, you get up for it. All this adversity we've had this morning is fucking fire in your bellies to get something out of this fucking game. Do we understand?
Yes.
Are we up for this?
Yes.
I want to hear Panthers on 3 as loud as you fucking can. And let's go out there, let's get a bit of fucking confidence, yeah? 1, 2, 3.
Panthers!
Passionate words there from the Panthers gaffer as Hatcham get the game underway. Really good test this is going to be for us. We have played senior division sides before in friendlies. Not many times we've played a team from the senior division in a competitive fixture, so it's kind of the first game really with the sort of new look Panthers and the new sort of obviously formation this morning. But Hatcham here doing very well to keep the ball. Centre half plays the ball forward. Oh, that's a dangerous one there. It's played straight in. This is not the start we want, and they are 1-0 up already. That is purely down to not having a warm-up. Obviously, fantastic football there from Hatcham. They picked our pocket straight away. Ball played in over the top. The runner off the wide position finds himself with a 1v1 situation, and he cuts it across the box. His teammate to tap it in. Not an ideal start whatsoever from Panthers as Hatcham play it forward. They found that inside channel again. Charlie does well to smother it. Ball here by Charlie, played forward. Centre half wins the ball. Hatcham winning the second balls. We've got 4 bodies in midfield there. I would expect someone to get up and try and win those as the ball's launched forward again. It seems to be a tactic of theirs, trying to get their winger off the wide sort of area into an inside channel attack. The space in between the centre halves and the fullback, as they do well to switch it here to the right back. Getting their fullbacks high up the pitch here as well. We have to be wary of that. What we thought with our formation is we'll try and force Hatcham out wide, and we'll try to snuff out any opportunities they have in the wide areas. We're going to have to try and figure out this formation quite quickly. Not had a chance to work on it. Usually, obviously, we play with wide players and we would front them up 1v1 with any fullbacks that get forward. But this is something we need to learn, and Hatcham done well there to get another free kick. Free kick to Hatcham here. I think this is a lad called Tyler. We actually played Tyler a couple of years ago in the lower leagues in the Met division. He's really improved as a player. Gets it up and over. Charlie then with a goal kick, plays it forward again. Flicked on there by Josh. Not quite met by a Panthers head. It's Hatcham again. They keep the ball very well, Hatcham, and it's like there's 1 or 2 sideways passes, and the third pass is played forward, which I really like from a footballing perspective. They've done well here to play it around the diamond, and they seem to be finding those little pockets of space. Moving the ball really well here. I think this might be the fullback yet again. Is getting high up the pitch into Kozzy. Plays it a reverse ball round the corner. All he's got to do is find a teammate. That's a bad miss. Free kick then for Panthers. Played into the box. Won there by the Hatcham defender. Comes out to David. Lovely little touch there by David. Doesn't quite find a teammate, and this could be dangerous for Panthers here. As Tyler, the winger there, beats Henry, plays it into Kozzy again. Great recovery challenge there by Ashley. He's done really well there to get in front of him just before he pulls the trigger and not give away a penalty. That's key there as well. He's done fantastic there, and Panthers now looking like we can play out from the back. Hatcham again, though, they do really well to win the ball in key areas, and Steve there gets his body across. Nice little bit of football there. Nice bit of composure to bring it out again. Steve, he's such a powerhouse in that central midfield area, and he's got technique for days as well. You look at him and think he's just going to be a real physical type of player, but he can really get the ball down and play. Craig does well there to find Ashley, plays it around the corner, ball just goes out. Ball played into that area again. I think we're not quite figured out yet who's picking up who in this diamond formation. There's that nice little intricate pass in there by Hatcham, and another good recovery challenge there by David. Throwing them for Hatcham. Gavin in central midfield plays it out again to the fullback, who plays it forward again. They're attacking these sort of areas between the centre halves and the fullbacks, and they seem to be getting quite a bit of joy from that. Ball was done very well to keep the ball in there. As when it breaks down, it's a Hatcham player that picks it up. They come forward, and I think this is Anis who goes for the shot. Good save there by Charlie. Good clearance there by Kieran as well. Charlie made a couple of good saves so far in this game. Stephen again, look at the composure, sprays it out wide to Ash. We're playing a very narrow game, so when he plays this ball down the channel, it is kind of getting picked out there. Maybe it's not the right formation for us. Maybe we need to get someone to just play on the wide position, but we'll try and play it around the corner. Good recovery challenge there as it goes out for a throw-in for the Panthers. Played it into the box here. Bit scrappy from us, but we're trying to maintain possession as Ija picks up the ball there. They're claiming offside. It's not. Ija cuts in his right foot and he's challenged there, and it is a penalty. Great opportunity to get back in the game now. I think Ija's done really well to just nick the ball. If we have a look here, I think he just nicks the ball before the challenge comes in. He does. Takes a tumble, and it is a penalty. I'm putting my house on Ija slotting this away. Rarely misses for us. Steps up. Coolly finishes it. That's nice. It's now 1-1. We're back in this game. It's been a very strong start by Hatcham, but that is going to help us maybe compose ourselves a little bit and try and get back into this game and try and put a stamp, a little bit of authority on this game in terms of possession. We haven't really managed to do that yet. It's been a lot of chasing Hatcham down. They've been trying to pull us apart, and they've done quite well in doing that in terms of disrupting our defensive shape. We haven't quite figured out what we're doing yet, but I think when we do, we will have that opportunity of getting it into the channels. Inside channel, outside channel for Ija to run onto. Obviously Joshy's a good target man as well, so we've got two targets that we can hit up front, but we just need to try and figure out who's picking up who defensively. As we see the wide man here is attacking once again, just manages to nip it round the corner. Craig is not trying to cause a foul there. He doesn't want to give away a penalty. He sticks a leg out, but then he's able to slot it in. We've conceded again very early from the kickoff, and now Hatcham find themselves 2-1 up.
Get in the box, cuz. Don't go.
Big challenge there by Kieran. He's got a good turn of pace, good strength there. They're trying to find these wide areas, the areas for players to run in on, and Cozzy've got an opportunity here. He takes a shot. Is that a save by Charlie? I'm not sure whether he got fingertips to it, but it's hit the bar. Hatcham are getting chances again, aren't they? And it's still in our box. We're not clearing our lines here as Dempster gets the ball away. But it's won there by the Hatcham player, and then Charlie smothers it, but he doesn't. It comes out again, does well to react, puts his body in front of the player and blocks a shot. It's all a bit iffy, isn't it, back there at the moment? I think the boys are just not too sure who their man is to pick up. We've not played the diamond before. This is not the game really to be trying new things, but where we have such limited numbers and everyone's sort of central players, don't really have wide players, barring obviously Ija. It seems to be a problem here, but he's through. 1-on-1. Oh, he'd be disappointed with himself there.
Stop worrying about that.
Seems the danger man's on the ball there again. We've done well to smother him, but the ball is being played. Very nice football there by Hatcham. It seems to be on the outside. But Skipper goes for a shot. Another good save there by Charlie. They're getting too many pot shots at the moment. We need to be careful of that. We're getting pulled around at the moment. I think with Hatcham's possession-based football, they're doing very well to pull our shape apart. As the ball comes into the box, yet again, Charlie does well to delay the shot, and it goes out. I'm not sure whether that was a corner or a goal kick, but we return to the action with a goal kick from Hatcham. Bit of ping-pong in midfield there as Hatcham looking to play forward again, gets out to their danger man. You can see Henry done well there to sort of snuff that out. as Danny picks the ball up here, plays it into Stephen. Ball played forward to IJ. I think he's just onside there. Really clever. He's just got to slot that in. That's really clever football there. I think we'll go back and have a look and see whether that was offside. As the ball's played, you can see IJ's well onside there. He's just stepped up too late, the fullback, and IJ's got all the time in the world to play it around the goalkeeper and slot it in. And we find ourselves now back in the game, 2-2, with an opportunity to maybe kick on or see it out till half-time, regroup, and get an understanding of what we want to do going forward. But it's been tremendous fight back from us, because there was some really good football and really good possession by Hatcham, and you can say that they had the better of it. But we've got to continue to fight and really try and make sure that we don't allow Hatcham to have easy opportunities to go further ahead in this game. They are maintaining a lot of possession. As the half-time whistle goes there, we find ourselves 2-2, right back in the game.
Yeah. Drinks in the follow wheeler, please. When we say we play the ball back, when we say play the ball back, sometimes they're hard.
Dabbing in his fan, you know.
Hey, Henry. Like, you know what it is, yeah? He doesn't like good light. He's always going to keep coming in. That's what I'm saying, yeah? You've got to make sure he goes light.
Yeah. So the second and third balls is our mustard. Is our fucking mustard. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to tell anyone for losing out the first ball, but our second and third balls, this is where we fucking go. Yeah, we go. Yeah.
There's an opportunity here. Grasp it, and there's a chance to have a beer after, because I'll be having a few. All right, on 3, Panthers. Let them fucking hear you. 1, 2, 3.
Panthers! Come on, boys. Let's go.
So the gaffer is saying there's an opportunity here. Now we've got the first half playing in this new formation. We've had time to get to grips. We understand that we need to maintain far better possession than what we've had. Try and nullify the opportunities that they have. When the ball goes wide, double up on those if needs be. But the more advanced attacking midfielders need to get back in and really squeeze out the space to make sure that they can't have those sort of pop shots that they have in the first half. As Josh is doing really well here to fight to maintain possession. Comes out to IJ on his left foot, takes a swinger. It's on target, decent effort. Return to the action here, drop ball for Hatcham. Played out wide, this is where we need to get out quickly. Ash needs to try and stop that ball being played into the box. He doesn't, it comes to Cozzy. Really good defensive block there by Dempster. Cleared out by Kieran. I think IJ's just been snuffed. It's a bit of studs. I'm not saying it's a foul, but it's a bit of studs up there. I'll be surprised that one's been let to go, as they have another shot from outside of the box. Again, we need to try and nullify that, because one of these days, one of these just might find themselves on target and we'll be in problems there. As the ball's played out again to a wide position. This lad Humphrey, I think he plays for Beckenham Town. Really good ball in the box, and that's a goal there. I've raised the flag for offside there. Looking back at it, it was never offside. That's a complete mistake by me. Not sure what I saw, but I was adamant at the time someone was offside. I can clearly see now I was completely wrong. But Hatcham find themselves now 3-2 up. As we return to the action, it's a throw-in for Panthers. Played up top. One there, come out to Stephen. Nice little jinky. That's unfortunate, he can't really get this shot on target. Goal kick now for Hatcham. Panthers find themselves 3-2 down. Hatcham have had the better of it in terms of opportunities. We haven't really managed to get clear-cut opportunities ourselves. And we need to try and figure out a way to really break down this Hatcham defence, or really maintain a bit of possession so we can do that. The ball in the channel seems to be the one from the first half, as the ball's played in there to Cozzy, and he just finds his shot going wide. They're finding themselves with more shots here, Hatcham, aren't they? And it's another ball into the box there, but I think the lad called Humphreys, really good player. He caused all sorts of problems when he came on. Another good ball forward there. Keeper does well to come out quickly and smother that.
Hold it! Tell me good time. Hold it!
1 and 2 people coming in to challenge on the wide player there. We've identified that he's clearly the guy that's going to create something for them from this side of things. But we need to figure out that this chap here is the one as well that seems to be dictating from that side of it. Kieran, very strong there, never a penalty ever. Played out there, David into IJ. David on the ball now, driving forward if you can, just smothered out. He's looking for a foul there, he's looking for a free kick. I don't think you're ever really going to get those, as it's played forward again by Hatcham. Played out to this wide area, he looks to front, Henry up 1v1. Henry just needs to try and delay him if he can. That's a clever ball into the box there. tries to cut back. Henry does well to get himself in front of that. Danny, nice little touch there. Looks to play out. He's dragged back. Surely that's a free kick, as it is. Played there forward into Ijam, but it was just getting smothered out there. I think really what I'm looking for is Joshy to come deep there to collect that, and Ija stretch the play. But it seems to be Ija that's coming deep quite a lot. We're not really going to get any joys out of him when he's coming deep into that central area. It needs to be switched up there as Craigie takes one in the face. I think he gets up and he's fine later on. Throwing them by Ashley, played forward. Now's an opportunity where we need to try and get ourselves back in this game. Hatcham have had a lot of opportunities, but we need to be playing forward early, maybe a bit more of a counter-attacking style. Stephen does really well there. When he gets going, Stephen, he's very hard to break, and he's played forward to Josh here. Josh is onside. Can he cut it back to Stephen? He does do exactly that. Gavin does really well there to recover. Goes out for the corner. Corner's played in. Poor corner. Very poor corner. What's the point in having him if you can't beat the first man on the front post? But it's hooked forward there by Henry. We're not really having any composure on the ball whilst watching these clips, which is quite disappointing from a coaching point of view. But Charlie does well to smother that. Throws the ball out here to Danny. Danny's got to link up there with Stephen if he can. He does do. He finds Stephen. Stephen just evades the challenge. He's driving forward still. Plays it into the channel. I think that's Danny on his left foot. That's a good save by the keeper. Craigie coming across, trying to win the ball there. Number 10 does well to maintain possession, plays inside. I think they've got some fresh legs, or they've made some changes, I should say. Hatcham, he's overplayed there, really, that lad there. It's played to Craig. Craig again, we're looking to play down that channel early if we can. Ija wins the ball. Keeper does superbly well to win that. Because if he mistimes that, surely that's last man and that's a red card. But we maintain possession. Danny's just trying to thread the island needle. We don't really need to do that. I think we just need to get this ball in the box if we can. He tries to beat him again. Defender does well to stand his ground. And it goes out for a throw-in. Steve again trying to drive forward. Just gets smothered out there as the ball's played out. Well, cleared by the goalkeeper. And we return to the action with a throw-in for the Panthers. This is where now we need to try and get something from this game. This area here, this final third, move the ball a lot quicker. You know, it's the same amount of bodies on the pitch, but if we slow it down, then the pitch is not going to change for us. We need to maintain this good tempo. That's Danny with a really good opportunity there, and it falls to Ichan, and then it falls to Joshy, and that's the equaliser. We can see here Danny does well to come in on his left foot. It sprays out wide to Ija. Ija takes a shot by the looks of it. Keeper gets something on it, and then Josh is just there at the back post to slot it in. We now find ourselves 3-all from the depths to getting back to 3-all. What a tremendous effort by the lads as Hatcham are coming forward yet again here. Charlie does well to smother that. He probably just needs to take a sting out of it, but he goes for a long ball. We're still looking to try and see if we can get more out of this game if we can, as Joshy's battling here. And that looked like a push to me, but it seems to be given to Hatcham. I don't understand that one personally, but Hatcham are back on the ball. Played forward here. Now we need to be a little bit wary. We've just scored, so you know this is the time where you're most vulnerable, I would say, as you're still on a high from scoring a goal. Look at that work rate, that effort there from Danny. We're trying to make sure that Hatcham are not getting any clear-cut opportunities, which they don't seem to be getting at the moment. There's bodies behind the ball there. Make sure we nullify this opportunity if we can. Comes to their jinky winger here, looks for the shot, and it goes wide. Corner for Hatcham. He's gone short here. Back to their winger who plays it in. Oh, someone swings a foot here. I think that was Josh. Comes out to number 35. Oh, it's gone wide. Hatcham then really putting on the shifted it up another gear, I should say. And they're playing forward yet again into the 10. Out to the wide space here. Tyler on the ball. Look, 3 bodies there trying to... I think Craigie slipped or look for a block. And it's another shot. They're getting a lot of shots here. And it looks like... Yes, it is. It's full time. 3-all in 90 minutes with a bare 11. Got to be proud of the lads for that fight back.
It's good, boys. It's good. Let's go. In this. Fucking Charlie, great save. Josh.
Tears in my eyes still. Real talk, I had tears in my eyes because Craig looked at me and he was like...
Every time you go forward, you look, didn't
Fam, and you remember when we scored the third, you looked at me, I was like, bruv, I could cry, bruv.
Was that last 5 or so?
No, when we scored.
Does anyone need one of
I was
these?
like, I could literally just cry, bruv.
Injured, right? So it's got to go up here. Less touches, forward straight away. Agreed? Joshy is on the ball and he's looking for flicks. So I'm just going to look to get round. Steve might get in and around him as well, and Danny's going to come in off the right hand side as well. This ball has got to be played into these channels early and quickly. Agreed? Yeah. Let's get out there then. Come on. Let's go, boys. Let's get up for it. 1, 2, 3. Panthers! Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, so you heard it there from the gaffer. We've got about 4 players on this pitch who have taken knocks. Struggling, I think. David's twisted his ankle. Josh has took a knock. Ashley's pulled his hamstring. Dempster's pulled his something in his back. Craig is absolutely knackered. The boys are fighting to maintain something out of this game. To get back after conceding very early in the first half of the game. To get back to 3-3. I'm very, very proud of them. We can see here Hatcham have made quite a few changes again. They've brought the big man on top as the ball's played in there. Not the start we wanted. Not the start we wanted at all. We are really up against it now. Then in extra time, having conceded so early, it's now 4-3. As Hatcham come forward yet again, another ball across the box. Ash, you can see there, look, the lad can't even stand up. But he's still trying as best he can. Look, he can't get out to the player to put the ball in the box. This is going to be a real issue for us here. We're practically playing with 10 men if he can't run. As it comes out to the fullback, you can see they're just doubling up. David's coming out into this left back area just to try and stop any situation occurring, which we see here as the ball's flashed across the box. Again here, drops to their player that came on, and they've scored again. Well, it's heartbreaking to see after all the effort. We now find ourselves, I think it's, what, 5-3 down, a total score. But the boys are not going to give up. They're going to keep going. We're practically playing with 10 men now, as Ash can't run. Joshy here, he's pulled something himself, but we're still trying. Danny now being smothered by 2 or 3 Hatcham defenders there. We're trying to work it into the box as the ball is cleared out for a throw-in.
They're spreading it to us now.
Played into Joshy there, you can see, look, it just collapses. He's got nothing left in the tank, poor lad. I think he took a knock early in the second half, and it's just, we're now playing with wounded soldiers as such. The boys have had tremendous effort to get to this point, and extra time is just too much for us as the ball was flicked on there. Is this another one? It's another one. 6-3, fully deserved by Hatcham. They had so many opportunities in the game. They would argue that this was the final score that they should have had anyway. But if you don't take your chances, you don't deserve anything out of the game. And so we've had opportunities and we haven't taken them. You can see here, look, Josh has had to collapse. The lad can't move anymore. Unfortunately, the only sub that we have on the bench due to the injuries that we have and illness that we had in the squad is myself, who retired about 10 years ago. I've got arthritis, injury list as long as my arm. I'm not going to come on and be able to do anything, but if it continues like this, where we can't even have players run out, oh, what a great save that is by Charlie. As I was saying, if it continues like this, we can't even have players run out to stop a cross or something like that, you may find myself rolling back the years and coming back on. 5-3, it is an extra time. I think we're just speaking to the ref there that we need to make a change because we're struggling at the moment. But the boys, I'm so proud of the effort to get back in this game. Just unfortunate that extra time was just a little bit too much for us. But there is another 15 minutes to go. Who knows? One quick goal, we could turn it all around. You never know. The boys, one thing I know for sure is they're never going to give up. Look at that there, Josh. Can't even run, but he's still just trying to work as hard as he can to try and stop Hatcham having so much possession as what they're having here. As they continue to maintain that possession at the back line, and then they play it forward. They've obviously found someone on their bite. Ash still maintaining to stay on the pitch, not running but just putting his head on things. You can see there he's limping away. I don't think it's going to be long before Ash comes off, or Josh for that matter, as the ball's played forward again. As we pick up the action here, Danny does very well. He's very sprightly, Danny. He's got really good engine on him, really clever player. He's a jinky player. He plays in and out of sort of pockets of space. As it's played forward to Ija there. Comes back to Steve. Steve's going to wind one up by the looks of it. No, he plays in Joshy, and yeah, he just can't get there. But I think that's given as offside. And as I mentioned, we've got so many players. Look there, Josh just limping away. Ash has had to come off. Hamstring's gone. Look, the last thing we want to do when clearly by the looks of it the game has run away from us is just have a player cause himself even more harm. So he's come off. And number 13, look at him chasing down the ball. That's the gaffer. Oh my word, I thought I'd never see a football pitch again. But here we go. Hatcham playing forward again. Danger man Humphreys on the right hand side plays it forward. I think that's the Anis there. Another good player. I think he used to play for Portland. Gets the ball back here. Hatcham in this right hand position. Kieran's come out to this position to try and win the ball. I think it just gets away from him. This is a bit of a dangerous area here. Good turn, drop of the shoulder there. Plays it back. Played into the box. Oh, I feel really sorry for Dems there. Nothing he could do there. Any young players watching, when you get that position there, flash that ball across the box. If there's no target in the middle of the area to hit, anything can happen. And we saw there, ball ricochets off Dempster's foot or shin and it hits the back of the net. So 7-3 to Hatcham. It's heartbreaking hearing myself say that, but I reiterate, proud of the boys for getting 2 extra time considering the lack of bodies we have and the fresh legs that Hatcham brought on. But look, you can see here, we're never going to give up. Steve is still pushing forward here. Reverse passing to Danny. Danny just needs to drop the shoulder if he can. Skipper's done really well there to snuff that out as he plays it forward again into that wide area. Lovely little touch there. Henry just needs to, I think Henry maybe could have slid in there. You don't really want to see it if they're not judging it well. You don't want to see people get hurt or yellow cards or whatever it may be. But this man really made a difference when he come on Humphreys as he plays into Anis, I think there. Reverse pass to Humphreys again. He goes for the chip. Oh, he just misses. Free kick here then for Panthers. We play it forward into Danny. Danny looks to turn, but no, he comes back to Ija. Ija with a shot. Really good stinging effort. Comes out to number 13. Is that a shot? Is that a cross? No idea. Return to the action with the goalkeeper then. Plays it forward to Tyler. I think he was playing left back now. I think they understood that we really didn't have anything going forward, so they could overload in certain areas. So putting a winger back to full back and have him play higher up the pitch means they've got practically like a front four as it comes into the box again. Cozzy comes back off the bench and they score yet again. Maybe other teams wouldn't have put this footage out there, but look, with this YouTube stuff, as much as you want to highlight your wins, you've got to highlight your L's as well. This is something that we'll definitely learn from. We understand that the squad is not big enough. When situations arise where we have 2 or 3 different injuries from maybe players playing Saturday or whatever it may be, we don't have enough bodies. You haven't seen Cam play this year, for example, who was our Players Player of the Year, Managers Player of the Year. That's another one. I can't even have a conversation on commentary and they're scoring more goals. As I was saying, no Cameron, who was Players Player of the Year, Managers Player of the Year. Jimmy had a motorbike accident. We signed about 5 players in pre-season, all 5 of them unable to play, 3 of them earning contracts, 2 in Scotland, 1 in Gibraltar. So it's been a really hard transition for us in pre-season. And I think this game has shown that we have quality, but we don't have the numbers. So that's something I'm going to have to work on as the gaffer going forward. We need to get more bodies in with good quality to make sure that when these games arise, we really need the bodies on the pitch because of injuries or whatever it may be, that we have options, that if we get to a situation where we're in a cup game, we come to extra time, we're not knackered and not playing with a bare 11 as Hatcham are steaming forward here yet again. Tyler on his right foot, it's blocked there, and I think it's going to go out for the full-time whistle. Congratulations, Hatcham. I think that's 9-3 win in the end. Fully deserved. I'm going to look at the positives coming away from this to get 3-0 win at full time. That's a great achievement.
Bro, it's 2 hours, 11 man.
Just put the 3 on.
Yeah, we lost a camera footage off. Isn't it?
No, look. They're 11. 50% of you injured. Half of you here asked me, can I not play this week because I'm injured? I said, no, sorry, you've got to play. Right, so they're 11 with injuries. To come back like we did in 90 minutes, get it back to 3-3 when everyone had us dead and buried. Look, run out of steam. And they brought on some fresh legs and stuff. happens. Extra time. Extra time.
That's literally what it was. They had 5, 6 subs.
3-all against Hatcham, boy. They're fucking turning over people in the fucking senior division, boys.
Do you know what? We tripled the amount of goals that they've conceded this season already. Like with the brother before returned to me and said, "Right, we've only conceded once in 5 games." So for us to then pack 3 against them and not even be, you know, same level, it's a good look.
They're top of the senior division. That's where we want to get to. Tell me now.
Your shoes.
Is there much difference? Is there much difference? Hold on 1 second. So that's where we want to aspire to get to. Was there much difference between us in 90 minutes? No. Slight tweaks and we're there, lads. And we're there. Slight tweaks and we're there. Take some pride away from that. I'm very proud of every single one of you. That's not just words coming out of my mouth, because I fucking tell you if I weren't happy, and you lot know I would. I'm so proud. I can walk amongst all of them with my head held fucking high. And I don't care what other cunts say. Fucking turn up on the day play against us, you're going to have a fucking hard game. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right, next week then, London Cup. Let's fucking get back to what we do best. Let's fucking bully the fuck out of them, play some sexy football, get a couple more bodies. And if your teammates is out in a group, message him. What the fuck are you doing? Why? What's the reason? Because the emphasis is on you now. I can only do so much. If your mate, you know he's saying out for some bullshit reason, call him out. Play. You lot want to play. And that's why you're here. Don't get me wrong. Hey, listen, real talk. There's opportunities for lads here to go elsewhere. But you're here because you want to fucking be here. Alright? Let's try and find some more bodies that are going to help us as well. That's not to replace anyone here. It's just to help you. Exactly. So I'm feeling passionate now because I've seen a team that fucking work their bollocks off. Don't walk away with your head down. Alright?
Yeah.
Hands in, everyone. Hands in, everyone. Win or lose, we're on the booze. Right? On 3, Panthers. 1, 2, 3. Panthers! Well done, boys. Well done.